There was a time when I thought I was smart. A time where I thought I can do anything. And then Unreal Engine came and humbled me. But I withstood the massacre and persisted. I almost cried. Several times. My goal was simple. Make a kick-ass cyberpunk battle royale style game that incorporates crypto transactions. I started at Udemy, where I learned all the basics of game development. And since the game was multiplayer, I needed to learn concepts like replication, ref notifies, network relevancy, client-side prediction, and the list just goes on. And then there's lag, the ultimate party crasher. But after going through it all, I felt like a coding ninja, ready to create a game that wouldn't just play well, but that would also win the multiplayer Oscars. I love the Oscars, a televised event where rich actors give each other awards for being told what to say. I'm not joking. I wanted the battle arena to have a maximum of 30 players. I found that a map of 1 kilometer by 1.4 kilometer would be ideal for this. Since my map aspirations were sky high and my budget was a ground level,
You cheap
I decided to dip into the oceans of freelancers. I hired a map making dude to help me build the map using some Epic Games marketplace assets. It cost me $69. Haha. In the future, I definitely would like to have and own my own custom assets. For now, this was fine. I wanted the character to not just shoot weapons, but also use items, use super attacks, hover, fly drones, and dance. I added a bunch of different items, from warping your opponent's time, to causing massive ground damage, to turning yourself invisible. I even added this cyber grapple item, where you can pull yourself to the point where the item hits, kind of like a grappling hook mechanism in other games, but with a cooler touch. The hover I added on the character also adds an extra touch of spiciness.
Spicy.
Character meshes were again taken from the marketplace.
You cheap
Don't let my cheapness get in the way of subscribing. I used Unreal Engine's behavior tree to set up the logic for the AI. I made the AI to be a child class of the character. Get too close and it goes all Terminator on you. This AI does not believe in personal space. It can fire various weapons and use certain items to take you out. I randomized the firing directions to make it more fair.
I don't like to watch the end of porn. I don't like to watch the end of any porn, because guess what happens at the end of the rainbow every time? Spoiler alert, he comes at her face. Oh! What an amazing choose-your-own-adventure.
What?
That always ends exactly the same. There's never a twist, right? He's never like the guy's having sex with her, he looks off camera in her backpack, he's like, oh, are you reading that Nicholas Sparks book too?
I set up a solo and team mode for the game modes. Team mode is set up with 3 players per team. To win in either mode, either take out all of the opposing players in the game or all of the 20 AIs.
What? What the
I also threw in a practice mode, in case your real life friends are busy having a life. Haha. I tried several designs for this, but in the end, I decided to use a separate level for the main menu because it adds more spiciness. In case your computer can't handle the epicness of this game. You can lower the graphics level in the settings. I also added the option for players to set their own custom button controls. In the character selection screen, you can also change the skins for each player, except for Leo, because he only has one skin.
You cheap
All those feminists are full of shit, because I'm gonna tell you right now, someday there's gonna be the first woman president. All right? Which means you don't even know what her fucking platform is, and you automatically cheer. It's got the same genitalia. I'm telling you, they're not smart people. Feminists, they're not as smart as they're coming off. I'm telling you.
I decided to use the AWS game servers for this, as they have good matchmaking options. This part was actually tough and the hardest to debug.
Don't be a pussy, Jim.
I needed to integrate the game lift logic into my code. This logic included things like setting up matchmaking and managing the game sessions. I used the nifty plugin from the marketplace to run the server commands. It was a little pricey, but I had to override my cheapness for this one. I wanted to save player stats on a website so that players can track their progress. I did this by setting up HTTP requests in Unreal Engine and send the stats to the website after a player dies or wins. The website has a leaderboard section where you can see your rank. I even threw in an explanation of the ranking wizardry because, let's be honest, we're all secretly trying to outsmart the algorithm. Finish first place by the end of the month and you win $100,000. If you believe that, then you're a real stronzo.
You cheap
Okay, enough of that. Now, is the game finished? No way, Jose. I would call this an MVP. I still need to add the blockchain aspect. I also want to add a climbing system like Spider-Man. The SIPE level of the game would go through the roof. What is SIPE, you ask? SIPE is epic spelled backwards, and according to Urban Dictionary, is a word used to describe something that is simply beyond the word epic. It is often used to counter the overuse of the word epic. Like if you think this video was SIPE. If you didn't think it was SIPE. Like anyway. Feel free to ama, because us PhDs, we know everything.